Hello and welcome from Trend Signal for our review of the data and events week starting the 23rd of June. Just before we have a look forward at what's happening this week, this is a quick review of last week. Another record close in the US indices, the S&P up 26, about 1.35%. The Dow, that was up 170 points, which is just over 1%. And even the German DAX making a record close, up 95 points on the week, just short of 1%. Other news, the dollar gave back quite a bit of ground. The euro turned against the dollar, up 60 points this time, just short of 0.45%. Sterling remains particularly strong as interest rate speculation continues, or increases, I should say, up 56 points on cable. That's up 0.34%. Dollar yen, that was unchanged. Aussie dollar, I should say, that was unchanged. Big move on the week, though, was gold, up $38, which is just shy of 3%. And Brent crude up $2.3, or just over 2%. All down to the state of what's happening in the Middle East with the Iraq situation and ISIS. And I think it is really regarded as a safe haven investment in times of trouble, although looking at the equity markets, you would not think the investors there were worried at all. Still, as I say, gold and oil racing higher as the situation deteriorates further. Brent crude actually hit levels last seen in September last year, so particularly strong at the moment. The dollar, that fell during the week, really following the release of the FOMC minutes, which paints a fairly dovish picture with expectations of rate rises, but put well back into 2015. And conversely, I think that's one of the reasons why sterling remains strong, as looks like the UK is going to be one of the first major economies to raise rates in the autumn. So overnight, equities were looking fairly flat after the record close in the US and a mixed performance in the Far East. That's after the release of the HSBC flash manufacturing index, the China manufacturing PMI, I should say, which rebounded to a year-to-date high of 50.8. Someone just highlighted here. Improvement was broad-based and encouraging for Asia's largest economy and the world's second largest economy. But a lot of things have changed since the opening on Monday morning, with the release of the manufacturing PMIs out of Europe, and of particular note was the very weak data out of France, which is really struggling at the moment. We're expecting a figure of 49.6, came in at 47.8, which is significantly lower than expected, as was indeed the services sector, although not as weak as the manufacturing sector. But even Germany, our standout economy in the Eurozone, that put in a slightly weaker performance on both the manufacturing and the services PMIs. So equities taking a bit of a leg lower as we speak on Monday morning. And the dollar also turning a little bit higher, recovering to below 136 against the euro. So, a little bit of a quieter week this week following the data last week. Let's just have a quick review of what's coming out. We've already had, as I say, the flash manufacturing PMIs from Europe. The existing home sales, housing data in the States is very important. That comes out at 3 o'clock this afternoon, looking for a slight improvement on the previous months. And then we have probably the most important figure in Europe tomorrow, the very broad-based German Ifo Business Climate Survey, which is showing an unchanged figure from the previous month. We then have the consumer confidence data out in the States on Tuesday afternoon, looking for a slight improvement in consumer sentiment, consumer confidence, which is absolutely key for the US economy. Home sales, again, following on hot on the heels of the existing home sales today, or that's Monday. Tuesday, we have the new home sales. And then probably the most important data in the week in the US is the durable goods orders at 1:30 in the afternoon. The core number, excluding the very big ticket items such as aeroplanes and the like, we're looking at an unchanged figure there. And then Thursday, possible things that could upset the apple cart, I guess. Mark Carney, the governor of the Bank of England, is talking. That could have an effect, obviously, on gilts, on the FTSE, and indeed any sterling FX pairs, as speculation intensifies about a rate rise. So anything he does say will have an effect on the markets. We then have on Friday the German preliminary CPI, which is slightly firmer than the previous month, but not a worry at all. Our own current account data at 9:30 on Friday. And that's pretty much it, really, apart from a revision to the University of Michigan consumer sentiment number, which again, in keeping with other consumer confidence, consumer sentiment numbers, remains quite buoyant. That's it for the week. As I said, a fairly quiet week, but a bit of a change in the fortunes of the dollar for now, and equities under a bit of pressure first thing. Thanks very much for listening, and we reconvene again on Thursday at 8 o'clock. Bye for now.
If you would like more information about trading the right way, Trend Signal is giving you the opportunity to see and hear about its services live at a free online seminar. Take a look at the Trend Signal website for the latest events and to book your free place.